Hello, hello, hello. It is me, your True Hill Phenom SP3. We are back on the True Hill Heat YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for another pay-per-view preview. This time, we will be previewing and giving predictions for New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion 2022, a big card from New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of their biggest shows of the year. So, of course, I am here with the Master of Ceremonies when it comes to New Japan Pro Wrestling on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel and Patreon. Our Patreon backers know him well for the J News Japan specials and the previews and predictions and reviews that we do over there. But we're giving you a little taste of that on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. Once again, he is the Master of Ceremonies himself, J News.
Oh man! Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon somewhere in the world. This is your good brother J News here yet again with another big event preview. We're here talking about Dominion and things of that nature. Coming off the Best of Super Junior 29 tournament, we've got a lot of matches to get through. We have some picks. We have some. There's a lot going on in this particular event, SP3. Let's get to it, as they say.
This is the big event, kind of a precursor to the bigger event where New Japan Pro Wrestling and All Elite Wrestling come and become one on June 26th at Forbidden Door in the United Center in Chicago, Illinois. But we got some big matches on this card to get to. But of course, we appreciate everyone who's watching us for the live premiere, everyone who's watching it video on demand. So remember to show your appreciation back by dropping a thumbs up on this video. Share this video with all your wrestling fans, friends, and family on all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new to the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell to stay notified for all the great content here. If you're watching over on Twitch, become a subscriber over there. We'll be having more of these pay-per-view previews that are going to be up on our Twitch channel, as well as some exclusive content coming soon to twitch.tv/True Hill Heat Wrestling. And of course, if you're watching us on the Facebook, drop a heart, a like, a laugh emoji, an angry emoji. However, New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion from Osaka Joe Hall on June 12th is going to make you feel. And of course, we got some big stuff going on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel, including J News. Your boy Romeo is taking the leap of faith, and he is going to be doing a live watch along for New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion 2022. He says, I'm a late sleeper anyway. I go to sleep at 4 a.m. in the morning, and this show starts at 1 a.m. Eastern. I told him, I was like, that's 6 a.m. for me in the UK since I'm still here. I don't know if I'll be up that early. I don't know if my kids will be up that early, but maybe after the prelims. But at the very least, for the main event, I'll jump on the watch along as well. What about you, J News?
He hit me with a direct message the other day asking me if I would join him on the watch along, and I said to him, "It's on Sunday," and then he says, "Yeah, it's on Sunday. At what time does it start?" He was like, "Oh, and then before he answered, I was like, "Oh, is it a 2 a.m. start?" And he was like, "No, it's a 1 a.m. start." And I was like, "Oh no, that's a long ass show, bro. I ain't messing with that. I ain't messing with that." I was like, "Look, man, I'll watch you later on Sunday. I got to be up at 6 a.m. on Sundays anyways for work and other stuff or whatever the case is. I'll watch it when I get home. I'm not doing the live watch along. There's just no way. Ain't no way, man.
Ain't no way, man. Will you be available on Monday? Because Monday we're going to be doing a review of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Of course, the reviews I'm always there for. Mondays and Tuesdays are actually my weekend.
So. There we go. So great. So you'll see myself and J News for sure on the Dominion review. It's a possibility I'll be there for the watch along. It's a definitely no for J News, but
definitely not.
For the review on Monday, we will both be here to break down all the action from this show. But let's get into the preview and the predictions right here and now. And of course, if you're watching the premiere, we are not live, but you can send a super chat donation and we will read it out on True Hill Heat tomorrow at 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. Myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and special guest Jeremy Lambert of Fightful Overbooked FMC, my main man from the Midwest. He's going to be with us to talk about all things professional wrestling, some more MJF drama, of course, some more Stephanie McMahon and WWE drama, preview and predictions for New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion from Chrissy Love to Jeremy. Maybe I'll change my mind by the time we go live on Saturday. You never know, but we'll be previewing that as well there. But let's do a formal preview for New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion. And we're going to start at the bottom of the card. The opening match will be a trios matchup, as it's going to be Team 6 or 9, the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, Risuke Taguchi and Master Wato, teaming up with Hiroshi Tenzan versus the United Empire's own TJP, Francisco Akira, and gentrified Aaron Hanare. And this is a preview of New Japan Road, where United Empire will verse Team 6 or 9 for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team titles. Who you got in this one?
Just because the United Empire boys got the win in the Best of Super Juniors final tournament, I expect for Taguchi and Master Wato's team to get the win here to even it out. And then, come New Japan Road, we'll see new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champions.
I am going to go with United Empire to keep up their momentum, because I just feel anytime Tenzan's in a match, he's there to take a fall. So, yeah, I think he's there to take the pinfall from either one of the juniors, or Heron Onare, who dropped a fall at Best of Super Juniors 29. He'll get to pin Tenzan here, maybe.
Oh, I mean, hey, that's definitely a possibility. Can't say no.
More trios action in our second match on this card, J News, as it's going to be your boys, the Los Ingonables de Japón, Bushi, Tetsuya Naito, and the winner of the Best of the Super Juniors 29 tournament, the first man to win 3 straight and 4 tournaments overall, Hiromu Takahashi, versus the Bullet Club's on my boys, Impact X Division champion Ace Austin, El Phantasmo, and the IWGP Junior Heavyweight champion himself, Taiji Ishimori. Who you got in this one?
Oh, man. I don't know, to be honest. But if I had to be I'm not a betting man either. So I'll pick, I'll go with the safe pick just because I'm an LIJ guy. I will go with LIJ here. Hiromu off the win for the tournament. Naito back in the ring in Japan. Bushi's Bushi. So I'll think that LIJ goes for the win here. Even though, if you're looking at this logically, out of everybody in this particular setup, out of these 6 men, it only seems fitting that Bushi gets pinned here, right? But I just don't know at the end of the day. So we'll see how it turns out.
LIJ are known for having really good multi-man matches, so I think this is going to be a good match. But like you said, you kind of teed it up for me. Bushi's here to take an L, so I'm going with Bullet Club. I am Bullet Club for life here at True Hill Heat. We are Bullet Club affiliated, so I usually always go for the Bullet Club. And I'll give you my prediction right now for the next match. I'm going Bullet Club again, as it's the Bullet Club's own one half of the Good Brothers, Doc Gallows, making his first singles match in New Japan Pro Wrestling in 6 years, as he'll go one-on-one with Chaos's own Tori Yano. And yes, going with Doc Gallows. Just the easy one for me. Who you got, J News?
Nah, man, I got the big LG, brother, man. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a reason as to why I call myself the good brother J News. The big LG is that reason. So, he always brothers me softly from time to time. So, it is what it is. The big LG for the win here.
Brother me softly with his words. And next up, our 4th match on this Dominion card is our first championship matchup, as it's going to be for the never openweight 6-man tag team titles, the House of Torture. I don't know if they should even be considered still Bullet Club affiliated, because I don't consider them that.
They were throwing it up all tournament, man.
I know. I don't know what's going on here. Evil, Yujiro Takahashi and Sho will defend against Suzuki-gun's own the master heel himself, Kanemaru, El Desperado and Zack Sabre Jr. Of course, it was Zack Sabre Jr. who got the big win with Kanemaru over House of Torture at the Best of Super Juniors 29 finals to set up this matchup here. Who you got walking out with the never open weight 6-man tag team titles?
I mean, just because they have Bullet Club on a high, right, and they were throwing it up during the freaking tournament, I would probably say that the House of Torture wins this match. With their usual chicanery and BS, expect Dick Togo to be at ringside, to use the Garrett and things of that nature. I'm sure that now with his new stuffed kick pad idea, that Show will stuff his kick pad again to blazon some kicks in there against members of Suzuki Gun. But yeah, probably the House of Torture. I'm going with that.
I'm going to have to agree with you and go House of Torture, even though I don't consider them Bullet Club. They keep throwing it up, so hopefully this means that they will retain here. Speaking of the real Bullet Club, though,
Yes.
the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Championships are going to be up for grabs as Chase Owens and Bad Luck Fale will defend for the first time versus the former champions, the United Empire's own Jeff Cobb and Great Okan. It was at Wrestling Duntaku that Bad Luck Fale and Chase Owens won a three-way against United Empire, as well as Yoshihashi and Hiroki Goto, with them getting the pin on Hiroki Goto. So they didn't pin the former champions, thus the former champions get their rematch here. Who you got walking out with the gold, J News?
I mean, you know, this is a tough pick at the end of the day. But for me, I would say I'm going to go with my main man, Jeff Cobb, and the one and only Great Okan to gain those championships back. I'm sure that they'll lose because they want to keep the Bullet Club on top. But, for me, for my spirit, I feel like the United Empire guys should go out and get those championships back. So I'm going to go with that.
Makes sense. I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna agree with you and go with United Empire only because of that attack that they did on the May 25th edition of AEW Dynamite. They made their claim, they staked their claim for the ROH World Tag Team Championships, and I feel like you want to make that a big matchup on
Sure.
Forbidden
Yeah.
Door. And you
Have
have
one in this
heard
chance.
FTR say that they want the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles, so make it champion versus champion. FTR can complete their triple crown. I thought they would complete their triple crown with the AEW World Tag Team titles, but I think they get the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team titles. But to do that, they need United Empire to get the victory here. Great Okan is now a viral superstar. You tried. You can join me on the bandwagon, J News. Everybody's been joining me. Come on, Great Okan, the viral superstar, after his trip to Las Vegas. You can join me. There's room.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
There's room on the bandwagon. Let me know in the live chat if you want to join on the Great Okan bandwagon, because everybody is coming aboard on the Great Okan bandwagon, and I am as well, as he will become a two-time IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champion at Dominion this Sunday. But next up, this is another match that has some AEW implications, as we have an AEW interim World Championship Eliminator matchup, as he's going to be Hiroshi Tanahashi going one-on-one with Hiroki Goto. This one was made due to I won't say relinquishing, but the injury that suffered by CM Punk, a broken foot, which will keep him out of action. But instead of him relinquishing the title, AEW has decided to make it an interim champion for the time being until Punk is back on AEW Dynamite. You saw that they had a battle royal that led into Jon Moxley versus the battle royal winner. I'm filming this before AEW Dynamite happens, but I'm assuming Jon Moxley won that. Jon Moxley will verse the winner of this match between Hiroki Goto and Hiroshi Tanahashi at Forbidden Door to determine the interim AEW World Champion. It's Tanahashi, right?
So hold on. Off camera or before we started recording, you said something very specific. you said it probably would have been a better look if Will Ospreay would have gotten a match against Tanahashi here
Yes.
instead of Goto. Me being a Goto guy, I understand where you're coming from and things of that nature. But if you wanted to make something so basic that you knew what the outcome was going to be, obviously, you put Goto in this match because he's not beating Tana. We have to get the Tanahashi versus Moxley match. That's what we're going to get come Forbidden Door. It's going to be Tana. It's going to be Mox. We're going to have the blood feud finally come to an all-time hilt. Blood's going to spill. Bodies are going to be everywhere. And then we're going to come out with a brand new AEW interim champion. Obviously, the Forbidden Door match was supposed to be Tanahashi versus Punk. So I can see Tanahashi becoming the interim AEW champion here. But again, I don't know how long Punk's going to be out. Is it 4 to 6 weeks? Is it 4 to 6 months? I don't know necessarily because it's a foot injury or whatever have you.
I think if it was 6 months, they would have had him relinquish the
title. It, right? Yeah, so it's 4 to 6 weeks, I'm assuming, or whatever. Having Tana be the AEW interim champion, is Tana going to be on TV every week? So that's something that's going to be different at the end of the day. But to a point that I wanted to make, it's going to be a greater point for the Forbidden Door stuff or whatever the case is. Where is Okada in all this shit? What's happening here?
I don't know. It depends on what's going to happen in the main event, so we can talk about that when we get to the main event. But you're going with Tanahashi.
I'm going with Tana, man. I'm going with Tana here. Tana's going to get the win over Goto. Hopefully, they put on a banger of a match here at the minute. But Tanahashi definitely gets the win here.
Next, we got the King of Pro Wrestling Provisional 2022 trophy up for grabs, as it's going to be LIJ's own Shingo Takagi versus Taishi. It was Takagi who defeated Taishi in April for the trophy, and now they're going to be versing. The fans get to decide what the stipulation is. We have a count match that they're talking about, a 10-minute finisher match for Taishi. I forget the rules of this, but this is going to be a very unique match on this card, but I'm going with Shingo Takagi. This is another easy one for me.
Another win for the Rampage Dragon for me here. Yeah, Takagi for me here as well.
We're unanimous in that one. This one is a little bit more of a mystery, in my opinion, a little more up for grabs. For the Never Openweight Championship, it's going to be Tama Tonga defending against the Bullet Club's own one half of the Good Brothers, Machine Gun Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson's first singles match in New Japan Pro Wrestling in well over 6 years, and he's versing one of the Bullet Club pioneers, the two of the four men that created the Bullet Club with Bad Luck Fale and Prince Devitt all the way back in 2013. They collide for the Never Openweight Championship. It was Carl Anderson who made his return to New Japan back at Wrestling Dontaku and staked his claim for the new champion. So who walks out with the Never Openweight title?
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm gonna go with my spirit animal. I'm gonna go with the good bad brother, Tama Tonga here. Just for the sake of the fact that he hasn't really had other titles. I think he's only had one other title defense, maybe.
No, he hasn't defended. This is first defense.
First defense. I feel like they'll give him one defense. No knock to Machine Gun Carl Anderson, man. Love you, brother, but you ain't getting the win here. I think so.
I'm going with the Machine Gun. Maybe it's my Bullet Club pride that's telling me I think Machine Gun gets the victory here, just to cause more doubt for what's going to happen in the main event. Sure. I think it's a good decision to have Machine Gun win here. And speaking of the Bullet Club, they'll be in the semi-main event as well as Rock Hard. Juice Robinson will defend the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship against the former champion LIJ's own Sonata, making his return from an orbital bone injury, versus the man who gave Sonata that injury. Will Ospreay was screwed at Capital Collision in the Fatal 4-Way where Juice Robinson won the title. He had his foot under the ropes while the referee counted to 3. So that's how he's got his way into this matchup here. And Juice Robinson is coming off an appendix injury. So is Juice going to even be in this match?
You look, man. Look. Juice don't need the United States Heavyweight Championship. He's a happy man away from the ring. I don't think Juice needs to be anywhere near a New Japan ring. Brother, go home to your wife. Enjoy.
He's rock hard for a reason.
Exactly. There you go, brother. There you go. Enjoy that wife of yours, man. She is a great young lady. Don't fret if you lose this championship in this match, man. Just go ahead home, recover, come back in about a month or so. For me, I'm going to go with my number one ace in the hole, the one and only, the best wrestler on the planet right now, Will Ospreay, to get this win here for me. Look, I'm a Sonata boy at the end of the day. We all know that I am a Sonata fan boy. But Will Ospreay is the man, dog. And I feel like Will Ospreay has to have some semblance of importance going into Forbidden Door. So I think him winning the title here would make sense. So yeah, that's just me shooting it in the air. Because I don't think I honestly like after 2 weeks, I don't think Juice is going to be healthy enough to put on like a banger of a match. He'll be in it, I think, but like for him to pull out the win in a convincing fashion, I don't see that happening in this match. So that's why I give it to Will. And Sonata's coming off an injury as well. And we know how flip-floppy Gato can be with Sonata's booking. So, that's why I'm saying, all right, Will probably gets the win here. Goes into with some sort of importance into Forbidden Door. Hopefully he's a part of Forbidden Door.
I would hope if he wins the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, he's a part of Forbidden Door. Of course, there's a bunch of dream matches people want to see from him versus, Bryan Danielson, him versus anyone in the AEW roster. He's personally called out Jungle Boy, which would be a very interesting matchup, especially if it's for the IWGP United States Championship. So a lot of different options to go here, but this one might be the toughest for us to predict. I'm going to go in the 3-way. I'm going to agree with you and say that Will Ospreay gets the win just because of Rock Hard Juice Robinson's injury. I don't think he might not even be in the match because there's like an appendix in that requires surgery. So
right. So
I don't think he's going to be in the match.
From previous experiences, I've had my appendix taken out and stuff like that. Depending as to the severity of it, right? The severity of the appendicitis, he can be back up in a week, or he can be down for like a good month, depending as to how severe it was. So I just don't know what the severity of it is. He does have to get his appendix taken out. I believe he already went through the procedure. But he's got to wrestle on Sunday. So that to me doesn't make much sense, which is why I picked Will to begin with. And I'm sure that they'll have something for Sonata to do. But we'll see as to what how this shakes out or whatever.
And then finally, it's the main event of Dominion for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Kazuchika Okada versus Switchblade Jay White. This one got set up at Wrestling Dontaku when Switchblade made his return to Japan and staked his claim as the number one contender for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship after Okada defeated Naito at Wrestling Dontaku. He laid him out with the Blade Runner and did the Bullet Club roll call on top of the champion's body. Does Switchblade Jay White win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, the title that he's been chasing ever since Wrestle Kingdom 14 at the beginning of 2021? Or is it Okada's reign going to continue with another big title defense here? Who you got? I mean, it's quite obvious who I got. I'm going with the Switchblade. I think that it is time to switch this up. The Okada reign is good. It's all fine and dandy. I know New Japan is going to be doing more touring, and they want an established star, and they want their biggest star with the championship. So I would understand if they went the Okada route. But this main event scene needs some freshen up. Okada is way more interesting when he's chasing the title than when he is champion at this point after his 720-day reign back from 2016 to 2018. I think Switchblade needs to win this title, and then you can run this match back at Wrestle Kingdom. Even you can have Okada win back-to-back G1s and be the man to verse Switchblade at Wrestle Kingdom, because he still hasn't beat him at Wrestle Kingdom. So that's what I think they should do.
Okay. Just because whoever the winner of this match is there's going to be implications going into Forbidden Door, right? Jay White's already made his presence felt for Forbidden Door, because he's been the one out of the two to actually be on AEW TV. Okada has not been, right? There hasn't even been any rumblings about Okada having a match at Forbidden Door. So with all that,
there has been rumblings, because Dave Meltzer originally reported that he saw that it was supposed to be Okada versus Hangman Adam Page for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, and then he basically retracted that statement and said that it's a mystery. But I just think Switchblade versus Hangman makes more sense for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, because Hangman talked about starting out as a lowly Bullet Club member and rising to the top of AEW, and it would be appropriate that at Forbidden Door he versus the leader of the Bullet Club now.
Yeah, I mean that makes complete sense to me. I'm picking Jay White to win this match as well. Just because Jay White's one of my favorites to watch. I think Jay White's incredible in the ring, and he's also incredible on the microphone when given the proper context of a story, right? Because off the hip promos and whatnot, just for the sake of shooting a promo, don't work. There has to be some sort of a through line for Jay White when it comes to stuff like that. And I would say Jay wins this. I think a match between Jay and Adam Page makes sense. I'm a little bit confused because Uncle Dave stuff you got to take with a grain of salt nowadays and stuff like that. It always depends on outcomes of matches and stuff like that. Are they really going to give us the dream match? Because at this point, I don't feel like they're going to give us Zack Sabre Jr. versus Bryan Danielson. If Okada loses here, they're probably going to give us Bryan versus Okada. If that just makes more sense. At the end of the day.
Hey, I wouldn't mind if he can make the trip, if he can get on a plane to Japan, and you don't need to do quarantine. Have Adam Cole help out his boy Jay White and help him win the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship to set up Okada versus Adam Cole. Or if you're going to do more than just this one Forbidden Door, I wouldn't mind a tag team matchup of Okada with the AEW side of Chaos, the Best Friends, versus the Undisputed Elite. That would be very interesting to me as well. Have Okada, Orange Cassidy, Chuck Taylor, and Roppongi Vice versus Adam Cole, Red Dragon, and the Young Bucks, because they don't have obvious matches for Forbidden Door either.
Right. So, getting your amalgamated 10-man tag makes the most sense, and it gets everybody on the card. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense as well, instead of the one-on-one. I don't. It makes logical sense what you just said, man. But we want all these dream matches, and one event's not going to get us all the dream matches that we want, obviously, right? And at Forbidden Door, but we got to get at least one, right? We got to get at least one.
Get Moxley versus Tanahashi. Be happy. They've been teasing that for 2 years now. Be happy with that.
Oh man, that's not enough, man. It's not enough. It's not enough.
Greedy.
But yeah. To the point of our preview here, Jay White wins the strap. He becomes the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, walking into the Forbidden Door event. I think that you laying it out there, having that 10-man tag thought process probably makes the most sense for Forbidden Door. To get as many people on the show as possible, right? And I even said this a couple of weeks ago on certain reviews. I feel like we're probably going to see a bunch of tag matches at Forbidden Door and not a lot of one-on-ones like we would like most fans would prefer. So we'll see how this goes. So yeah, Jay White, breathing with the Switchblade. I own a lot of his gear. ProWrestlingTees.com. I support the man. So got to make it do what it make it do. And obviously, he's got the Booker man in his pocket. So why wouldn't he become champion?
This makes nothing but sense to me. It should make nothing but sense to you. And of course, we are very biased here towards the Bullet Club on the True Hill Heat YouTube channel. So we're both going for Switchblade Jay White, but we want to know what you're going for. Of course, if you're watching the premiere, let us know in the live chat who you're going for at New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion. If you're watching us on demand, let us know in the comments down below. And of course, patreon.com/True Hill Heat. You could be a part of our True Hill Heat Prediction Championship, and we'll be posting predictions for New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion, and you can vote on it. Right now, one of our Patreon backers is in the lead for the True Hill Heat Prediction Championship in the Negro Buck, Nick Jackson. So who can dethrone Nick? Who's going to take that number one spot? Chris is one win behind. I'm like 2 or 3 wins behind. So it's a tight race as we go down the home stretch of our True Hill Heat Prediction Championship. So join us for $3 a month for exclusive content. You can see me and Jay News review the New Japan Pro Wrestling Best of Super Juniors 29 finals. So that's up on our Patreon right now. J News reviewing nights 7 through 9 as well as 10 through 12 is up on Patreon right now. So a great time to become one of our Patreon backers. But J News, please let the people know where they can follow you on social media and what else you got going on.
On the socials, you can find me on Instagram only. I don't do the Twitter. It's just toxic over there. _JONJY for the Instagram. Coming up, me and the one and only, the prestigious one himself, SP3. We've got the Dominion recap show coming after the Dominion show. So we'll be doing that the day after, because we probably ain't watching live. So at the end of the day, that's not going down that way.
That's a tough endeavor, ladies and gentlemen.
Endeavor, man, tough endeavor. Tough. He's over there on GMT time. I'm over here on EST time. That shit ain't working. It ain't working, folks. It ain't working. But we'll have that coming forward. Also, me and SP3 will be doing either a preview or we haven't even decided yet, but either a preview or just a review to the Road 2 shows for New Japan Road. So because there are a couple of main events during the New Japan Road house show cycle that we need to pay attention to. So we'll probably preview those and review those as well. So yeah, check that out. And also, I almost forgot. And also, I will be on the live watch along for Forbidden Door. I'll be there for it, folks. Come through, come with it. You'll probably see me at my I don't know, my best, my worst, depends on how many hours of sleep I'm on that day.
Fair, ladies and gentlemen.
We'll see how that goes, but I'll be there for the Forbidden Door watch along with Romeo. Probably the one and only SP3 will be there with us as well. So we don't exactly.
Fingers crossed.
We'll see how it goes.
You can follow me on the Twitter machine at True Heel SP3. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at True Heel Heat. Follow the gang over on all your favorite social media platforms. Of course, if you want to wear what the True Heel Heat crew wears, ProWrestlingTees.com/True Heels for all your True Heel Heat apparel and merchandise. But we got a lot going on the channel this week. On Monday we did our WWE Hell in a Cell roundtable review. Of course, you had the fellas on Rated Raw Superstars on Monday, as well as NX3 on Wednesday, Elite Heat on NX3 on Tuesday, Elite Heat on Wednesday. You had me and Jimmy on AE Ramble, and you have this preview later on today. You got Dark Power, and then tomorrow 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time, True Hill Heat 179. It'll be myself, Miss Chrissy Love, and special guest of Fightfuls, Jeremy Lambert, me and my boy from FMC, and we'll tell you all about our journey applying for the reality show Netflix The Circle. live tomorrow on 11:05 a.m. Eastern Time. True Hill Heat 179, and of course on Sunday, 1 a.m. Eastern Time, Romeo will be hosting our New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion watch along. Join him as he watches New Japan Pro Wrestling, one of their biggest events of the year, as they gear up for Forbidden Door in Chicago in 2 weeks' time. So
Man,
for Jay,
I feel like not to interrupt. I feel like Romeo's going to be hopped up on flaming hot Cheetos and monsters that night. So we'll see how
Probably so. Probably so. For J News, it is me, your True Hill Phenom, SP3. This has been our New Japan Pro Wrestling Dominion 2022 preview. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and we will be back for more tomorrow. This has been J News SP3, and we're out.